We work on compounds, biostimulants, that are produced by bacteria and to some extent fungi, but microbes that are associated with plant roots for the most part. They could be associated with pretty much any tissue, but roots, the root environment is just a place to look for these. It's easiest because it's in the soil, it's a moist environment. There's just a lot of bacteria associated with the roots, and that's where we're mostly doing our work. Those bacteria are producing compounds that are clearly playing a regulatory role in the development of crop plants. And interestingly, it took us a while to sort this out. Interestingly, the main role, the ones we're working with right now at least, seem to be having is to help plants deal with stress. So if you're trying to grow crops on soils that are more challenging, more marginal, etc., those soils are more likely to be more stressed more often, or at least to have conditions that are more stressful to the crop plants growing on them more often. And so if we can help develop materials that will help the plants deal with that, that could well bring some areas that are kind of on the edge of being useful for crop production now into full production. That could be very useful by way of expanding the area that's available for production of food and biomass for other things. So this could be a good way to go. And in addition, those signal compounds we're working with, they're environmentally beneficial. They're produced by microorganisms. They're already in the environment. They go on at extremely low concentrations. And because of that, they're not very expensive. So producers, farmers, aren't burdened with another expensive input. So I think in many ways, it's an area that has a lot of potential. We don't know too much about them yet, but the few we've worked with have pretty profound effects on plant growth and development, and as I say, especially under stress conditions. And they are unlikely to cost very much to put on. I suspect that as we go forward, we're going to find a lot more of them, and they'll each do their own interesting things in their own way. So the scope going down the road, the scope in the future, is probably very large to have a nice suite of these things available that could do some interesting things to allow plants to grow under challenging conditions, soils, the conditions that will become more apparent as climate change develops, all of that.